Introduction. A journey into the deep. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to dive into the deepest parts of the ocean? Today, you're going to have that opportunity. Get ready to embark on an incredible voyage into the ocean's most mysterious depths. But before we start, let me ask, how good are you at holding your breath? Not that good? Don't worry, there's no need to hold your breath for this journey. We'll be safely aboard my submersible craft, equipped with everything we need for our underwater adventure. Ready? Let's dive in and explore the wonders hidden beneath the waves. The shallow waters, life abundant just below the surface. As we descend just below the ocean's surface, it's easy to see that life is thriving here. The waters are teeming with fish and a wide variety of marine animals, all going about their daily activities. If you look closely, you might even spot a few swimmers enjoying the ocean's warmth, waving at us as we pass by. But our adventure won't keep us here for long. There's so much more to discover in the deeper waters below. So, let's wave goodbye to the surface and continue our descent into the unknown. The coral reefs, a vibrant underwater world at a depth of 65 feet, a whole new world opens up before your eyes. Here, you'll find shallow coral reefs, standing beautifully just off the shore. These vibrant ecosystems are home to countless species of fish, colorful corals, and other marine life, all coexisting in perfect harmony. It's a breathtaking sight, and if you look closely, you might spot some scuba divers exploring the reefs. But even though this underwater paradise is stunning, we won't be staying here long. As we dive deeper, we'll say goodbye to the divers, as they'll soon reach the limits of recreational diving. Beyond the reach of recreational divers at 130 feet, we reach a critical depth, the maximum limit for recreational scuba divers. Beyond this point, the water pressure becomes too intense for divers without specialized equipment. It's time to say goodbye to those brave enough to explore these depths. As we continue our journey, we'll dive deeper into the ocean, where fewer and fewer creatures and adventurers dare to venture. Encountering the ocean's giants at 200 feet, we encounter one of the ocean's most majestic creatures, the orca, also known as the killer whale. These magnificent whales inhabit the relatively shallow waters of nearly every sea and ocean around the world. Did you know that orcas are apex predators? This means they have no natural enemies, no other creature can take them down. Their power and intelligence make them some of the most formidable creatures in the ocean. And they're not the only giants we'll meet on our journey. The whale sharks, gentle giants of the deep at 230 feet, we come across the incredible whale sharks, the largest known species of fish. These gentle giants can weigh up to 60 tons and can live for more than 130 years. Despite their size, whale sharks are known for their docile nature, making them a favorite among divers lucky enough to encounter them. But as we continue our descent, the risks for divers increase. At 330 feet, only the most experienced and well-equipped divers can continue, as the danger of decompression sickness becomes a real threat. If you're lucky, you might also spot a giant Pacific octopus, which dwells in these cool waters and can dive as deep as 6,600 feet. Entering the twilight zone, the ocean's darker depths. As we dive deeper, we begin to enter the ocean's darker regions. At 490 feet, only 1% of the light from the surface reaches us, and everything around us starts to take on a darker, more mysterious appearance. The deeper we go, the darker it gets, and the more eerie the surroundings become. But there's still so much to see. At 660 feet, a giant oarfish circles our submersible. These long, serpent-like creatures are believed to be the source of many sea serpent myths. Imagine encountering one of these 36-foot-long fish on the open sea. No wonder they've scared so many sailors throughout history. Strange and wonderful creatures, life at great depths. At 980 feet, we encounter the Japanese spider crab, one of the most bizarre-looking creatures in the ocean. Despite its name, this crab isn't much like the spiders we know. It's much larger, with a body just 1.5 feet across but legs that can stretch several feet long. The sight of these gangly creatures crawling across the ocean floor is enough to send shivers down anyone's spine. But there's more to see as we dive deeper still. The mighty blue whales, rulers of the ocean. At 1,640 feet, we reach the maximum depth that blue whales can swim. These are the largest creatures in the history of Earth, and even though they don't need to dive this deep for food, they sometimes do. Perhaps it's just to remind us how truly awesome they are. As we listen closely, we hear the haunting calls of fin whales, echoing through the water. These sounds can travel for miles thanks to the SOFAR channel, a layer of water where sound waves can travel great distances. This channel starts at around 1,970 feet but can vary in depth. It's amazing to think how these whales communicate with each other across such vast distances. The deep ocean, a world of darkness and mystery. As we reach a depth of 2,723 feet, we find ourselves at a point where even the tallest man-made structures would be completely submerged. The Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest building, wouldn't even reach the surface if it were placed here. But our journey is far from over. As we continue to descend, we enter the part of the ocean where no sunlight reaches, and strange, otherworldly creatures make their home. At 2,950 feet, we encounter the giant squid, a legendary creature with eyes the size of frisbees. These mysterious beings are known to engage in epic battles with sperm whales, and the thought of witnessing such a confrontation is both terrifying and awe-inspiring. The Midnight Zone. Into the depths of darkness at 3,600 feet, we enter the Midnight Zone, where the darkness is absolute and the pressure is immense. If you were to somehow find yourself here without protection, the crushing pressure would be lethal in just seconds. It's a reminder of just how harsh and unforgiving these depths can be. At 4,200 feet, we see the ferocious great white sharks, perfectly adapted to life in these dark waters. With poor eyesight, they rely on their acute sense of smell to navigate and hunt their prey. Also at this depth, we find leatherback turtles, the largest turtles in the world. Their ability to dive so deep is truly remarkable, and one wonders if they ever encounter the great whites in these shadowy depths. Deep sea fishing. A controversial practice. As we reach a depth of 4,900 feet, we come across the catch-all fishing nets, massive nets designed to drag along the ocean floor, catching everything in their path. This method of fishing is highly controversial due to its detrimental impact on ocean life. As the nets scoop up everything from fish to coral, they leave destruction in their wake, raising questions about the sustainability of such practices. Descending into the abyss, the true depths of the ocean at 6,000 feet, we're now at a depth equal to the lowest point of the Grand Canyon. But instead of rock and dust, we're surrounded by water, stretching endlessly in every direction. At 6,600 feet, we encounter the terrifying black dragonfish, a creature that looks like it came straight out of a horror movie. With its nightmarish appearance, it's no wonder this fish prefers to stay in the deepest, darkest parts of the ocean. Continuing our descent, we reach 7,400 feet, where we must say goodbye to the sperm whales. This is the deepest point they can dive, and one wonders what compels them to venture so far down. The abyss, a realm of extreme pressure and strange creatures. At 9,900 feet, our submersible's powerful floodlight reveals the astonishing beauty of deep-sea coral reefs. These reefs, found in every ocean, are hidden treasures that few people will ever see in person. As we go deeper still, we pass the average depth of the world ocean at 12,100 feet. From here, we descend into the abyss, a realm where the pressure is crushing, and only the hardiest creatures can survive. At 13,100 feet, the pressure is like a whole regiment of elephants stomping on you. But despite this extreme environment, life persists. Nightmare creatures, the monsters of the deep. At 15,000 feet, the true monsters of the deep emerge. The anglerfish, with its grotesque appearance and bioluminescent lure, is one of the most fearsome predators in these depths. But perhaps even more terrifying is the black swallower, an eel-like creature with a stretchy stomach that allows it to swallow prey twice its size. It's hard to imagine a more nightmarish scene, and I must admit, I'd rather switch off the lights and not see what lurks in the shadows. But if you're brave enough to keep looking, there's still more to discover. The deepest shipwreck, a glimpse into history. At 18,900 feet, we come across the SS Rio Grande, the deepest shipwreck ever found. This ship sank,